Have you ever burst out laughing at a funeral, giggled during a serious work meeting, or felt the uncontrollable urge to smile when someone's sharing their worst day? If you have, you're not broken, you're not heartless. And you're definitely not alone. Today, we're diving into the fascinating psychology behind why some people laugh at the worst possible moments and what it actually reveals about their mind. Inappropriate laughter isn't what most people think it is. It's not about being insensitive or finding tragedy funny. In fact, the science behind it tells a completely different story. Let's explore the 3 real reasons why this happens, and more importantly, what you can do about it. Reason 3: social conditioning and anxiety. Many of us were raised with a simple rule: smile and be pleasant, no matter what. This conditioning runs so deep that even in serious moments, the automatic smile reflex kicks in before your brain catches up. For socially anxious people, this gets even more complicated. When they're in an uncomfortable situation, their brain essentially panics. It knows they should respond somehow, but it can't figure out the right response fast enough. So what does it do? It defaults to the safest, most familiar response: laughter or smiling. They're not laughing at the situation. They're frozen in social paralysis, and laughter is their emergency exit. Here's another layer. Some people learned early in life that humor was their survival tool. Maybe they grew up in a home where showing sadness or fear wasn't safe, but making people laugh was. They became the class clown, the funny one. The person who could diffuse tension with a joke. This worked for them until it didn't. Now, even when seriousness is required, that old program runs automatically. Serious moment equals make a joke. It's not intentional. It's just the only tool in their emotional toolkit. What makes this worse is what happens after. They laugh inappropriately, then feel mortified, which creates massive anxiety about future situations, which makes inappropriate laughter even more likely next time. It becomes a self-reinforcing cycle. Reason 2: when it's neurological. This one's different, and it's not your fault. Sometimes inappropriate laughter isn't psychological at all. It's neurological. There's a condition called pseudobulbar affect, or PBA, where people have sudden, uncontrollable episodes of laughing or crying that don't match how they actually feel inside. It's caused by disruptions in the brain pathways that control emotional expression. People with PBA might laugh hysterically at a funeral while feeling genuine grief inside, or cry during happy moments. They have virtually no control over it. If your inappropriate laughter is frequent, uncontrollable, and causing serious problems in your life, don't just brush it off. Talk to a doctor or mental health professional. This could be a neurological issue that deserves proper diagnosis and treatment. There's no shame in getting help for something your brain is doing automatically. Reason 1: your brain's emergency release valve. Think of your brain like a pressure cooker. When you're hit with intense emotions, grief, fear, extreme awkwardness, the pressure builds fast. And just like a pressure cooker needs a release valve, so does your brain. Laughter becomes that emergency valve. It's not a choice. It's your body's automatic way of releasing unbearable tension. When you're overwhelmed, your limbic system, the emotional center of your brain, can essentially misfire. The signals get crossed. What should trigger sadness or concern, it instead triggers the laughter response. It's the same reason why some people cry when they're angry, or why you might smile when you're terrified. Your nervous system is scrambling to cope, and the wires get mixed up. For example, you're at a serious meeting. Someone's getting fired. The tension is crushing. Suddenly you feel your mouth twitching. The harder you try to suppress it, the worse it gets. That's not you being cruel, that's your nervous system desperately trying to survive the discomfort. Ever notice how the more you try not to laugh, the more you want to? That's because suppression creates even more internal pressure. You're essentially fighting your own brain's survival mechanism, which only makes the urge stronger. So now, what you can do about it if this is you: first, identify your trigger pattern. Pay attention. When does it happen? Is it during conflict, sad news, awkward silences? Once you know your pattern, you can anticipate it and prepare. Second, develop your emergency toolkit. When you feel that inappropriate urge rising, try these. Take a slow, deep breath through your nose. Press your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Excuse yourself briefly if possible. Bite the inside of your cheek gently. Creates physical sensation to redirect focus. Count backwards from 100 by 7s in your head. Third, explain it when you can. If you're close to someone, give them a heads up. Hey, I sometimes laugh when I'm nervous or overwhelmed. If I do that during a serious moment, please know it doesn't mean I don't care. It's just how my nervous system reacts to stress. Most people will understand. And if they don't, that says more about them than you. Fourth, work on emotional vocabulary. Many people who laugh inappropriately struggle to identify and express what they're actually feeling. They default to laughter because it's simple and familiar. Try journaling. When you feel overwhelmed, write down what's happening in your body. Learn to name your emotions beyond just good or bad. The more emotional language you have, the more options your brain has beyond just laughter. Fifth, consider professional support. If this is seriously impacting your life, your relationships, your job, your self-esteem, a therapist can help you understand the root cause and develop better coping strategies. There's no shame in getting support. Your brain is just trying to protect you the only way it knows how. A professional can help you give it better tools. If this is someone you know, don't assume cruelty. Most people who laugh inappropriately are deeply embarrassed about it. They're not trying to hurt anyone, they're just struggling with their own nervous system. A little compassion and understanding can make all the difference. Here's the truth, inappropriate laughter is almost never about being disrespectful or heartless. It's usually a sign that someone's nervous system is overwhelmed. Their brain is trying to protect them from emotional overload. They're trapped in old patterns from childhood, or they're dealing with a neurological condition they can't control. We're all just trying to navigate this complex world with the tools we have. Sometimes those tools aren't perfect. Sometimes our brains betray us in front of other people, and that's okay, that's human. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more psychology content that helps you understand the complicated, messy, beautiful reality of being human. And remember, that awkward moment when you laughed at the wrong time, you're not alone. Millions of people have been exactly where you are. You're not broken, you're just human. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.